Hey YouTube, how you doing? Welcome back to my channel. Thanks for coming back, giving me another chance, giving me another view. I really appreciate you. Thank you. Today's video we're going to talk about my 5 favorite incomplete dominant genes. Incomplete dominant genes are genes that when you breed with them, if they get just one copy of the gene, you'll see the gene. It's visually, you can see it. A incomplete dominant gene will also have a super form of the gene. So, like Enchi will be a super Enchi. So it's an incomplete dominant gene. Genes that might have a dominant gene, but you're not going to be able to see the dominant gene. You won't be able to tell that it's a super. Genes like pinstripe and leopard, I would classify those more as dominant type genes. Um, so what we're going to look at today is my 5 favorite incomplete dominant genes. The video is going to start a series of videos that I've kind of seen other YouTubers in this genre, in this niche, do. The style of video that I'm trying to put forth is really the type of video that I used to watch in the ball python hobby when I first started, right? It was about the animals. It was about the breeding. Most YouTube guys, the only time they did a video is if, they got a new animal, an unboxing, or they got a new clutch on the ground and they would do an egg pulling, and then they do egg cutting, and then they would do a clutch update. Well, I'm not going to have that many clutches. And so if I'm going to rely on new animals and basically videos about my clutches, I'm going to have very, very few videos because I'm going to have very, very few clutches. I will share all my clutches with you. I really, on my channel, I don't think you'll ever see an egg pulling from a female. I've had 3 children in my life. Neither woman ever said to me, "Hey, get up and take my picture. Get a good video of me." My wives, the mothers of my children, they didn't want a camera anywhere in the vicinity, and so I try to respect, those female feelings, and your female isn't at her best after she's laid eggs. And I really think the egg pulling is it's kind of anticlimactic. You knew everything that was going to happen. The only thing that you really were in there really watching for, how many eggs did he get? Right? That was really the only reason you were watching that. And then you'll never see an egg cutting on this channel. You'll never, ever, ever see an egg cutting. My clutch videos will just be, here's mom, here's dad. You'll get to see pictures or video of them. And then you're going to see all the babies in the clutch after everybody's had their first shed. And so here's my clutch number 1, and it's just going to be showing the babies. Showing mom and dad, and then showing the babies that were produced. And my theoretical ID. So I just I want you to be able to see that my channel is a little different. My channel I don't want it to be run-of-the-mill ball python channel. And so I'm trying to do things differently. And when I say different, I'm trying to be a little old school. The way the YouTube channels were when I first started doing this. Because then you could see the different genes and you could get explained how the different genetics are passed down or inherited. That was the big thing for me. And for new people getting into this hobby, the biggest thing for them to learn is the genetics. And you got to see it, and you got to talk about it, and you got to show it so that people that are new get used to seeing it. And when they see it in their own collections, it's helpful to them. And so Rather than telling them how to run their ball python breeding business, I'm just about the animals as just a hobbyist. As like I told you before, when I first started in this, they were just hobbyists. Nobody was trying to be, the next Henry Ford of ball pythons or anything. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to take it back a little bit to where the channel was more about the animals and less about the business, and less about making money. Animal hobby should really be about the animals. Just my 2 cents. I'm gonna get you some animals. I've taken way too long. I've probably edited this way down. So I want you to have a good time. Watch the videos, see the animals that we all are supposed to be in love with. I'm in love with them. I enjoy them. I love them. I hope you do too. Let's take a look. Thanks for watching. Thanks for coming back. All right, here we go. First set of animals. This is my single gene female HRA. HRA is my favorite. Oh my God, she doesn't want to come out of that ridge. All right, don't come out of the ridge. You're going to come out. And so again, I got this wall problem. I'll just try to keep her off this front wall. So this is my favorite incomplete dominant gene is HRA. This is a single gene HRA. All right. And let's see if her sister wants to come out here and be shown as a combo example. All right. So some of you should remember this girl. That's Pastel Lesser HRA. Remember, this is the girl with the yellow sides. She's amazing. Look at that. Right? High yellow sides. Isn't that awesome? So, single gene HRA here. Pastel Lesser HRA there. That's number one. All right. Favorite incomplete dominant gene number 2. This, my friends, is Enchi. This is my single gene Enchi, but he's a 100% het for VPI Xanthic. So my favorite, second favorite incomplete dominant gene is Enchi. Okay, so that's Enchi. Let's see if I can find you a combo. Here's another young male you've seen before. So, single gene Enchi, and this is a combo. It's a 3-gene incomplete dominant combo. Poshet VPI Xanthic. This is HRA Enchi Fire. My second favorite incomplete dominant gene is Enchi. Enchi's really a cleaner and brightener. HRA is more of a pattern disruptor, right? It's going to make that black back. So I call that more of a pattern disruptor. Enchi is more of a crisper, right? Take the alien eyes out of the alien heads. So this I would put Enchi down as a cleaning and just makes the combo makes it look better, gives it kind of a better look. Puts a lot of color in at the bottom. And that's Enchi. Incomplete dominant gene number 2. Here's the single gene. Here's a triple combo. Okay. My third favorite. This is number 3. This is Cinnamon. Cinnamon is to me, I think really like a color enhancing, color changing gene. You really start getting those really darker browns and the that burnt orange color and a lot of stuff. Really cool gene. I really like it. Again, to show a combo, this is a female. Ah, that is a gargoyle. That is a cinnamon HRA. No fire in this one. Remember, you've seen her sister that's got fire in her. Makes it a lot lighter, a lot different looking color snake. So this is HRA Cine. And you can really see the Cine pattern in her here. And then it just kind of blows out as it gets down about halfway down. And then my cinnamon male, really, really cool, really cool gene. I really like Cine. I've liked it since I started in this hobby. It was one of my very first projects that I wanted to work. So, two snakes is a little bit harder to control than one. But that's cinnamon, man. Cinnamon and cinnamon HRA. This is a lilac. There they are, trying to go the same route. That's cinnamon HRA. Cinnamon, my third favorite incomplete dominant gene. Color enhancer, color changing. All right, guys. Welcome to another Get to Know Coach. In this week's Get to Know Coach, I want to talk to you about my favorite person in the whole wide world. I like to talk to you about my wife. Kind of introduce you to her and kind of tell you what kind of person she is. I've been married to my wife in August will be 24 years. And in June, I will have been with my wife for 26 years. And she's my best friend and my favorite person in the whole world. And I want to share it with you. Do me a favor. Go on to Google, and I want you to type in, just Google my wife's name. Tiffany. Tiffany Whittier. Just like on the channel you're watching. Whittier. I can wait. You can Google it right now, or you can Google it after you're done with the video. I am so proud of my wife. My wife in 2017 or 18 was working as an adult probation officer in Pinal County, which is a county just south of the county that Phoenix is in. And she worked there as an adult probation officer for 14 or so years, 15 years. She retired from that job after working a total of 20 years for the state. And so she is now a juvenile probation officer for Maricopa County, and that's the county that Phoenix is in. Well, back in 2018, 17 or 18, my wife was recognized as the probation officer of the year for the county she was working in, Pinal County. That award made her eligible for the award of Line Officer of the Year for the state of Arizona, and she won that too. And she was the Line Officer of the Year for the state of Arizona, which then made her eligible for the Line Officer of the Year for this country. And she won that too. She was a National Line Officer of the Year in the United States of America. Sorry. And I am completely proud of my wife. Just Google her name, and the story will come up, and why and how she did what she did. And remember, when you're watching this story, that it was shortly after another story of Floyd, the man who was murdered by police officers for literally nothing. And it was just a shame. It was a horrible incident for everybody involved. And so you got to remember, the country was reeling from that and what happened there. And so if you just watch, there's a couple of news clips that you're going to see that went viral. And when I say viral, almost 60 million people watched this story. And because of that, right now, for the third time in our time after this event, my wife is under contract for the movie rights of her story. It's happened 2 times before. I don't know that there'll ever be a movie, but we're further with this screenwriter than we've ever been with any other screenwriter. So I'm just so proud of her, and I want y'all to know about her. Because she's my favorite person in the world. I thought with this video of my favorite incomplete dominant genes that this would be a really great place to put this get to know coach. I'm sorry, I'm a little emotional. I apologize for that. But thank you for letting me share that with you. It surely means a lot to me, and she means a lot to me. Thanks for giving it a couple minutes. I appreciate you. All right. Here's my fourth favorite gene, incomplete dominant gene. You can really see kind of, you know, you can kind of see a pattern. I really like these cleaner looking alien heads. I don't like all the busy alien eyes. I like a reduced pattern. So this is my third favorite incomplete dominant gene. And this is not just a single gene, Orange Dream. Orange Dream is number 4. It's not just a single gene, Orange Dream. This animal is a pastel Enchi super Orange Dream. That's our theoretical ID. I'm going to breed him, not this year, probably next year. I will breed him to see and prove if he is truly super Orange Dream. If he is, then every baby should have Orange Dream. And now let me give you an example with Orange Dream. Hopefully she's not in shed. This is a younger grow-up female for me. She was produced by Jeremy Kloss, Freaks of Nature, as was the male in this group. So both these animals were produced by Jeremy Kloss at Freaks of Nature. This one, the combo, is another super, but not super OD. This is Orange Dream, Super Enchi, Pastel, Vanilla. So again, this one is Orange Dream, Super Enchi, Pastel, and Vanilla. I'll probably line breed her with our pastel, get her in our pastel line breeding with Vanilla and OD and Enchi. This one has OD and Enchi. So, pretty snakes. You've seen her before, this one. on the channel. This guy you have not seen before. He's a super orange dream that I am just finishing growing up and getting him to adult male status. This is a young female. Well, that's it. Fourth gene, favorite incomplete dominant gene is Orange Dream. All right, my fifth and final top 5 incomplete dominant genes. Currently, I will tell you that 1, 2, and 3 have been pretty consistent for me over the 10, 11 years that I've been breeding. Those have been pretty constant. I've been HRA, Enchi, Cinnamon. They're all in the same complex, and they're very reactive genes. And so I've just got I did my first Orange Dream clutch a couple of years ago, and I did my first Blackhead clutch the same year. I was going to show you my adult male Blackhead. He's a beautiful animal, but this is his daughter. My adult male was in shed. This is Blackhead, and what I call this gene this is a color enhancer, color changing gene, again, like Cinnamon, right? This gene's going to go, it's not going to do so much to the pattern, but it will. But it's going to bring the darkness, right? It's going to bring the darkness. So let's look at a combo of Blackhead. I only have one because, like I told you, I've only done one clutch. Hopefully this male isn't in shed. These two animals are siblings. These were my 2 holdbacks from my first Blackhead clutch. I kept a male calico Blackhead, and I kept his sister just a straight female Blackhead, because I gotta have Blackhead on the female side, because if I ever want to make super Blackheads, you gotta have it on both sides. So I kept that. I made 1.2 calico Blackheads, and Jeremy Kloss of Freaks of Nature took the pair of Blackhead calicos, and so I kept the one male and the only single gene Blackhead in the clutch. So I produced 4 Blackheads in the clutch, and I kept the single gene female, which she's really nice black-backed, you can see here, but she's very nervous, as I call them, very emotional snakes. She's one of my emotional girls. She doesn't like attention. She doesn't want to be touched. But look at the black back on that. You've seen him before, and I believe you've seen her before too. But this is it. This is all I have in Blackhead, other than my adult male Blackhead that's in shed. And so I didn't want to show you him in shed. So we put his daughter up, and his daughter looks a lot like him. So that's it. That's it. The fifth and final favorite top 5 incomplete dominant genes. What do you think? How many did I hit the same as you have in your top 5? Or did I completely miss? There we go. I'm going to put them away. All right. That's going to do it for today. This video is a wrap. What do you think? I got a pretty top-notch 5 genes. And these are just the genes that I've really enjoyed working with. Genes that whenever I use them in a breeding and I hatch the babies, I'm completely blown away by them. I'm completely in awe of what I've just done. And that's a great feeling. That is such a great feeling to have when you're proud of what you've produced. And even if it's not, what people would call upper end or top level combinations, right? Again, I'm a hobbyist. I'm not trying to be a Justin Kabelka. I'm not trying to do that. I'm not trying to be Ozzy. I'm trying to be Coach. That's all I'm trying to be. And I really enjoy my animals. I love my animals. I really enjoy breeding ball pythons, and I really enjoy keeping ball pythons. Ball pythons are my favorite species of snake. I'm not keeping an animal just because everybody else is doing it. I'm not keeping it because there's a big money thing here. Um, I've never really been after grabbing money and getting after money in this hobby or really anywhere else in my life. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed those jeans. I hope a couple of them make your top five favorite incomplete dominant genes, and maybe compare, with my list, and maybe in the comments you tell me how many of those genes were in your top five. Did I touch 2 out of 5 of your top five? 2 out of 5? Did I touch 3 out of 5? 1 out of 5? None of your favorite genes are in my list. So just want to let you know there is going to be a series. The next video that you see will be the 5 incomplete dominant genes that I don't think any ball python collection that is a breeding ball python collection should be without. And I can't wait till you see the video. I'm going to handle that a little bit differently as well. Come back and check it out. I think you'll like it. I'll see you next time. Don't forget, see the next screen and do just like it does. Appreciate you folks. Thanks for coming by.